In the spring of 2011, students and faculty from the College of Agricultural Sciences and the Smeal College of Business came together to make a difference in Kenya. Students partnered with the Children Youth Empowerment Center to help strengthen the agricultural enterprises of the Zawadi youth. Students worked to address the needs of the CYEC through regular contact with Titus, the agricultural manager, and Paul Mina, the CYEC's director and founder. Join us as we highlight the journey of AgEco Seed 499A in Kenya. After a semester of hard work, the moment had finally arrived. On May 18th, the group took off from the U.S. and made their way to Nairobi. Accompanying the students was a top-notch group of faculty, including Janelle Larson, Ed Babcock, and Leland Glenna. First stop on the agenda was KARI, the Kenyan Agricultural Research Institute. Students were briefed about ongoing research concerning nutrient uptake, irrigation methods, greenhouses, and KARI's relationship with Kenyan farmers.
And irrigate like 2,500 plants. So we went and we were making the systems tailored for the greenhouses. So we are responding to those farmers. And that's like 10 years back.
Then we have the start connector and the drip tape running all the way to 15th meter. Then at the end we have the head line. That's how it goes.
At KEFRI, the group was able to see how Kenya is working to utilize and sustain their forest resources. After an initial briefing, the students began a tour of the research center.
We have the aloe soap, we have aloe facial cream, we have the aloe body lotion, we have the aloe shampoo. We also made hair conditioner. We also have the aloe health drink. We have around 10 products here in KEFRI that we have made from aloes.
I'll take you through bamboo processing techniques and also about laminated woods product. We'll just enter this small room here and then we talk more about it. Now KEFRI, what is doing is to train farmers and people, the other community outside there, on how to process, to make these things. Not KEFRI initially to sell the product, but what we are doing is to train people outside there so that they can get something at the end of the day.
The visit ended with a tour of the on-site lumber mill. Several folks bought some high-quality souvenirs for back home. The group also met with folks to talk about the use of sweet potatoes in Kenya.
My name is Lorna Belstrom. I'm a rural development sociologist and I work with Helen Keller International. And Helen Keller is a partner with SIP, the International Potato Center. So I work with SIP. This is a large project. It runs over 5 years. It's funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's a project that is really multi in all the senses. It's multidisciplinary. It is multi-partner project. It's a multi-sub-project. It's really a program with several components and sub-projects on the components.
Lastly, the group visited a private company to find out more about their irrigation and greenhouse products.
What will happen when they reach? They just drop again down.
The Children Youth Empowerment Center was started by Paul Mina in response to a growing number of street children in Kenya. Many of the youth at the center come from rough backgrounds. The CYEC is providing them a second chance at life by providing them with food, shelter, education, and a whole lot more. The CYEC and its dedicated staff strive to develop competent young adults so that they may reintegrate into society upon exiting the center. While primary education is ensured, secondary schooling is not yet secured for all. Instead, the youth begin learning vocational skills such as carpentry, welding, textiles, art, farming, and raising livestock. Paul Mina met with the students early on to discuss what role Penn State should play in helping the center achieve its objectives. On this trip, the group was tasked with enhancing the capacity of the Zuwadi youth.
Even if it's just fencing and...
The Zuwadi Youth is a community-based organization, or CBO. It is made up of the CYEC's older youth who manage the agricultural enterprises at the center. Early on, Titus led the students on a tour of the Shamba, or garden, where he highlighted current and future goals for development.
You can't attend every crop, but if the pump could be operating quite well, 2 people could be enough to do quite a lot of work, because you only got to sit the pump on, come up, do the watering, somebody else do something. If you are only 2, then you can do a lot of job with the pump. Operates quite well. But if we have...
The team also got to see other agricultural enterprises at the center, including raising rabbits and chickens for meat, dairy goats for milk and cheese, and bees for making honey.
Potatoes, beans. This was the first one.
Zawadi means gift in Kiswahili, and it is a fitting title for these young leaders. The goal of the Zawadi youth is to help expand their respective enterprises from the small scale to the self-sustainable. This can be made possible through the help of microfinance. Throughout the spring semester, each student researched one of the Zawadi youth's agricultural enterprises. Ed Babcock and 2 other students took the lead on drafting microfinance materials. Over the course of 2 weeks, students paired up with their Kenyan partners and worked to develop record-keeping sheets. Evidence of good bookkeeping is essential for microfinance eligibility. The record-keeping materials needed to be practical and user-friendly. Therefore, students spent time shadowing the Zawadi youth in their daily routines in order to field test their work. The group met often to brief one another on their individual progress.
And Lydia, who is her mother, Lydia takes care of the chickens, so it was really interesting. I learned a lot.
Throughout the course of the trip, the team became quite familiar with downtown Neri. Since developing the materials was an ongoing process, students learned to adapt to the local resources and frequented several copying centers, internet cafes, and restaurants. Paul Mina's vision is to prepare and transform the youth into model self-sustainable citizens. The eco-village would provide those exiting the center with an opportunity to work and live independently in one of 2 locations owned by the CYEC. These eco-villages would be an ideal place for the Zawadi youth to expand their business ventures. The group visited each of the eco-village sites to help determine what enterprises would be best suited for future development. The team also assessed soil quality by taking samples that were then sent to Nairobi for analysis. The 2 properties, as you will soon see, are quite different from one another. The property at Othaya is characterized by a steep terrain and a forest of eucalyptus trees. During the course of the visit, the students came across 3 men who were pounding rocks into gravel. For now, the CYEC has maintained a good neighbor policy, allowing folks nearby to farm and use the property. Continuing on, the property flattens out at the bottom, making it suitable for agricultural fields. Most importantly, the site has excellent access to water, thanks to a small river that runs along the property. Titus expressed the need for an efficient water delivery system to bring water from the river up the banks and to the Shamba. Overall, Othaya has the potential to support a variety of enterprises, including full sun and shade-tolerant produce, rabbit rearing, as well as timber and non-timber forested products. The second site in Lemuria is much drier and flatter than that of Othaya. The terrain is covered by grasses, naturally occurring aloe plants, and dotted with thorny acacia trees. There is the potential to raise goats, keep bees, and produce aloe products. Lemuria is also within range of several game preserves, making tourism accommodation a possibility. Currently, a sizable portion of the Shamba has been cultivated by neighboring farmers. The limiting factor, however, is water. The small stream bordering the property is overstressed from irrigation and livestock. There is, however, hope on the horizon, thanks to the ongoing efforts of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. The students visited JQuat to talk with Dr. John Gathenya about the different agricultural technologies being developed. To help solve the problem of water in places like Lemuria, students at JQuat had been working with Penn State's College of Engineering to develop a percussion drill for digging wells. To see the prototype in action, the students were invited for a demonstration. Later, the students were given a tour of the nursery and purchased some plants to bring back home to the CYEC. The future is ripe with opportunity for both the CYEC and Penn State. There's still work to be done, but I'm confident there will always be students eager to help. The trip affected everyone in a different way, but that impact is not easily forgotten. A few photos can take you right back. The time spent working and living with the staff, youth, and each other really gets to the heart of this trip. It's all about the people. So if you get the chance to visit Kenya, come to the Children Youth Empowerment Center and see what life is like living among the Zawadi.